Welcome, dear friends. In this lesson, I will tell you about several tricks and game mechanics. The first thing I would like to talk about today is the ship turning mechanic. In this game, you should not turn at speed 3 if you want to make a sharp maneuver. If you are already sailing at minimum speed and want to turn sharply, press and hold the turn button, then reduce your speed to 1 or even 0. This will allow you to change the ship's course faster and more sharply. The speed at which you turn directly affects the ship's turning radius. The largest turning radius is at speed 3, then at speed 2, smaller at speed 1, and the smallest at speed 0. Now I ask you to watch carefully for a moment. Now please watch the maneuvers for a few seconds and pay attention to the speeds at which I am turning. You will see how the ship behaves differently depending on the speed and how it affects the turning radius. Please pay attention to how I play with the speed. By switching gears, I control the type of turn I want to make. When you reduce your speed to gear 0, you should not completely lose the ship's momentum. If the speed drops to 0, the maneuver will be less effective. You can practice these movements in the arena during large battles. However, keep in mind that in the open sea, there is wind. If you turn in the direction of the wind, your ship will turn faster than if you turn against the wind. Each of you should try this and really get a feel for it. In the future, it will start saving your life in port battles, in the arena, and in the open sea. Next, I will try to explain how to shoot at a single point when you are positioned broadside to the enemy's stern and want to land most of your shots in one spot. I'll say right away, the ship I brought into the training room has no upgrades except the sail improvement. The concept here is quite simple, but it still requires practice. If for some reason you cannot fire single shots at the enemy's stern, the best solution is to fire a full broadside and aim it at one vulnerable point. Please note that in order to concentrate the shot as much as possible into one point, I slightly turn the ship's hull at the moment of firing. This also requires practice, because the amount of this additional turn will be different for each ship. Some ships are more maneuverable, others have more guns on one side, and some are less maneuverable, so you need to get used to each of them. Personally, I already do it automatically without thinking about it. If you practice a bit, you'll be able to hit the big asses of ships of the line without much trouble. Next, I will clearly demonstrate the shooting distances. On this ship, you can hit targets at a distance of up to about 170 meters, but it is already quite difficult. Yes, even though the total range from the upgrades and the Zero guns themselves is only about 160 meters. But if you take a larger ship, hitting at that distance will be much easier. You can practically land shots even at 170 meters right away. This is due to the greater height of the ship. Now let's talk about Falconets. Let's start with the most basic ones. They are called gunpowder rockets. They have several advantages. The longest range, up to 145 meters with proper aiming. Focused damage on a single point, 20 damage per hit. Disadvantages. Phosphorus falconets deal more damage. They cannot instantly finish off an enemy. They have no area damage. These falconets are well suited for dealing damage to the enemy at a distance of 120 to 145 meters, as well as for destroying enemy fireships. However, to do this effectively, you need to learn how to aim them properly. Now let's look at smoke bomb type falconets. The firing range is up to 132 meters. Advantages. The ability to hit an enemy who is hiding behind cover or another player. A 50% chance to instantly finish off an enemy. The next falconets we will look at are called phosphorus grape shot. Effective range from 0 to 120 meters. Advantages. The highest damage among all falconets. Deal damage to sails. Have area damage. Disadvantages. They are expensive. They cannot instantly finish off enemy ships. The next falconets we will look at are called fireworks. Effective range from 0 to 110 meters. They are used only for instantly finishing off a target. Effective range from 0 to 110 meters. They are used only for instantly finishing off a target.